All aboard!
This is Pelon and Chubby, episode 89. Back at it again with that good stuff. This week, Pelon is challenged to bring up the topic about rats. Now, the show about rats, good rats, or about Democrats. Those are kind of rats. Chubby has a whole idea. Can't mock somebody without being racist. Those are the basis for our criticism, our analogies, and our characteristics. It's all racial. Way to go, Chubby. Pelon has a massive rant, has to deal with the consequences of helping people at work. This is Pelon and Chubby, episode 89. Doing what we do. Check us out.
Activate.
It's the Pelon and Chubby Show with your hosts Rick Salas and Guy Murray, talking about comedy and everything that crosses their mind. It's the Pelon and Chubby Show. And we're live.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the episode of the Pelon and Chubby Show. I'm Rick Salas.
And I'm Guy Murray.
And together we're Pelon and Chubby here every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Thanks for tuning in. We have David Chino, first in the house, first at the door, first to come in. He's excited about the show. I hope everybody else is.
I'm
because
excited.
we are. It's going to be a hot one tonight. I got a feeling it's going to be nice and dirty.
Feel it.
And it's going to be ghetto, and it's going to be full of fun.
That's
We're
what's
going to talk
up.
about everything. Today at work, I was asking, hey, a couple of people asked, what's the show going to be about? I said, well, give me a topic. What do you want the show to be about? So she said, it's going to be about, make it about rats. So I said, all right, that's fine. You got the monitor off?
Yeah.
I just heard it. So she said, make it about rats. So our whole show is going to be about rats, which is going to be interesting. I know
Okay.
you're wondering, like,
I'm
where
trying
is
to
it
figure out
going?
where is this gonna
right?
go?
But it's going to work. Trust me, it's going to work. So we're going to do everything about rats on the show today. It's not going to be gross, people. Just go with it. Go with it.
Feel it.
Have we ever disappointed you? Come on now.
No.
So that's going to be about that. We're going to cover the normal, what's gone on in the life of Chubby, what's going on in my day-to-day stuff, and current events. A lot of current events going on. So we're going to check that out. And I'm sure there's going to be something that's going to set me off. So we're going to have some fun tonight. We got this week on the tap, we got Fat Tire. So going back a little,
Going back in
in time.
there.
You know?
I like that. I like that.
This used to be my favorite call, probably about 8-9 years ago, maybe even 10 years ago.
Wow.
So
that's the go-to.
we're revisiting that. So that's going to be an interesting night. It's a little on the heavier side.
Yeah.
So, did you stop and get your
No,
cherry
I didn't.
Pepsi?
No, I didn't.
No?
I gotta train you, man. Train you.
Yeah.
Put in enough time. I put in enough time.
So David said, "How we all doing?
We're doing good, man. We're
here.
doing good. It's another week, and we're here, living, loving.
Let me give you
Spirit.
the what do you call it? The urban response. Is that proper? The urban response. We're blessed.
Wow.
It's going to be one of those
So,
nights, people. Put your
it's
seatbelt
just
on.
gonna be like
It's going to
that.
be one of them nights.
It's gonna be just like that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
That's good.
Lynn Morosky
Nice. Hi, Lynn. Hello.
is watching the show there.
Yes.
Oh, man, that is good. I'm supposed to be talking, but I just want to keep on
Just
sipping
keep on
on that.
sipping and smacking in the microphones.
Slurping.
So it's been another great week.
Yeah, let's see what's
Wow.
going on in the life of Chubby. Yeah.
In the life of Chubby. I'm just blessed. It's great, man. It's just a short. It's always a short week when I come out knowing that it's podcast day, it's hump day, and so I get Thursdays off. So this is like I'm brag. I'm off and having a good time. Been doing some projects. I'm going to have to do like some fundraiser shows coming up soon.
One for the American GI Forum, and then another for our local brewery. My favorite spot, or my new spot, Barrel Harbor.
A fundraiser?
Yeah, we're going to do a fundraiser, help them keep the doors open.
Oh.
So
I do have some recommendations, or not so much recommendations because it's not my place, but observations maybe.
Yeah.
That maybe will help, generate some business there. It's a tough spot.
It is.
The location is it's hard to get to.
Location.
I can say this: the beer is unique in the sense that when you're ordering certain types of beers, you expect it to taste a certain way, and it doesn't. But
is that a good thing?
That's
or is that
good and bad.
Okay.
Because you're expecting a certain kind. That's where you order it. You're not really expecting a surprise. But then when it is a version of, but their own version, sometimes it's nice. It just depends how it comes out.
Refreshing. Okay.
Right? And a couple of them are coming out a little on the, I don't know, a little bit. They're borderline.
Okay.
So
yeah, I don't drink. I don't
Right.
imbibe. I understand the whole craft brewing thing, and everybody's spin on a certain flavor, and then they come up with their house thing, and it's pretty interesting business. And
Right.
so I'm going to use all my gifts and all my connections to help them out, get them a video, commercial, campaign video.
I am willing to
Spokesman.
go out on a limb and say that the majority of breweries, people don't necessarily go for the beer. I know that sounds crazy, but not a majority of the people do not have the palate to know the difference of the beers. They are there because of the environment, what it is. It's popular now. It's cool now.
Right.
So here's the mistake they make. These people open up these breweries for the love of the beer, but you're really not selling that. I know you think your beer's the shit, but if you're focusing on the beer, you're probably not going to make it. And this is what I mean. Make the beer how you want to make the beer and make it good, but don't market that. You don't need to. It's going to waste if you're marketing the beer. So market a good time, a fun place, people that are going there, what you're offering, the environment, make it look cool. And that place does have that kind of vibe to it. It just needs to be, that front room, I'm not liking a whole heck of a lot when you walk in, the way that front room is, and they allow kids and stuff in that front part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not liking that a whole lot. And then this needs to be a little more friendly, a little more, upbeat, people that are inviting that you want to come back.
Yeah,
And
I get that.
The regulars, when you focus just on the regulars, you can scare away new people.
Yeah.
So
when are we going to open our own craft brewery?
it's just a little here and there, Well, I want to do the brew tours, and they're open to doing the brew tours.
A lot of them are.
And I'll tell you what, that will bring new people there, and
Absolutely.
it'll open it up to new people, and they and maybe the business will grow that way by getting new people there every week.
Every week.
That's the whole idea, is to get exposure. That's why I'm saying let's wrap the car, my car that I'm driving up and down the freeway every day.
Okay.
Let's wrap that thing, and because if we get 1 or 2 new eyeballs a day, and I think that's on the low side.
Yeah.
Imagine how the show, all we need is a few hundred people to tune in, and then they'll tell people, and they'll tell people. Next thing you know, we got thousands and thousands, and that's where you make that next jump to the 1 million.
Yeah. Is Mama down with us rapping?
Yeah, she doesn't care as long as she doesn't have to pay for it.
Right? Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to work that in.
So we just got to find somebody. If anybody knows anybody that can wrap a vehicle for a reasonable price for the Pelon Chubby Show, we'll even put their name on the wrap as advertising.
Yep.
You know, they'll put their phone number, their website.
I mean, we already got art
Their
credits
name.
by Dana Tunes because of the image we were using.
So, and Dana can finish up the art for the wrap, I'm sure. Right?
Yeah.
So we'll wrap it, and then whoever wraps it can put their name on the vehicle, you know, wrapped by, and, you know, see the website and the phone number or whatever. So if anybody wants to, Guy, give them the number and the 411 on how to get a hold of us.
We can always be contacted, 760-575-3713. 760-565-3713. Pelon and Chubby. It's 760-JOKES-13, people.
There we go.
That's so simple.
So, and then we'll even put them on the website. Once the website's done, we'll put a picture of the wrap, and we'll say wrap by, contact whoever. And if you want your car wrapped or you want something, you know.
So the week we wrapped up our audio cell, and so we were high-fiving and getting breakfasts and celebrating.
Breakfasts?
Oh yeah, breakfasts. 2 days straight breakfasts, and I'm like, wow,
Breakfast always tastes better when it's free.
amazing. I mean, they're doing the Panera thing. I'm almost tired of all the Panera breakfast combos, but
Why do all the business offices do Panera? We do Panera.
well, they cater, and that's probably the choice, because I can't think of anybody else that caters breakfast that will bring you breakfast stuff. Like, where you go, bagels, Bruegel's Bagels.
Well, they usually don't do breakfast for us, but we get lunch.
Okay.
Lunch at 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock. It's like, holy shit, who has lunch at that time?
Right. And
but half of our staff's on East Coast time.
What is it,
so.
Jersey Mike?
No, we usually get Panera.
Okay.
I'm a little hot, huh? Yeah, Panera, Panda Express,
I can see that, yeah.
and El Pollo Loco.
Damn, I have not had an El Pollo Loco catered
I'll
lunch.
tell you what, man. They
When
bring
it's free.
enough to feed like
Oh, yeah.
5,000 people.
Yeah.
And there's always like a gazillion tortillas left.
Yeah.
Because all the fat bitches at work aren't eating tortillas.
But they're taking stuff home.
They're eating everything else, but they're not eating tortillas.
They're taking it home. Now, how about you, man? How was your week?
You know who does a good joke
Who
about
does
that?
a great joke about that?
I think it's Kirk McHenry.
Oh.
Where that big chick is like, yeah, I couldn't eat that. Oh, yes, you can, and you have.
And you have. Oh, my goodness.
She's like,
my goodness.
something about, thick, big bones runs in the family. I don't think anybody in your family runs.
Not cool. Well, I think we're going to have Robert Duchesne in next week.
Yeah, next Wednesday, Robert
Okay.
Duchesne. Robert Duchesne is going to be Thursday night. I believe it's the 15th. He'll be in Carlsbad at some Mexican joint off of Carlsbad Village Drive and Pio Pico.
Yeah, Mr. Scanioli.
Some kind of, I don't know, some kind of Mexican joint over there. He's going to be there.
Steve Scarioli?
No, the guy that runs it?
Steve Sirianni, right?
No. The open, it's a paid show. It's a real deal. It's run by this old science guy, the science comic.
Oh.
Tim X. Lee.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he runs that. And so Robert will be on there on the Thursday night, the 15th. So Wednesday, he's going to be over here in the Pelon and Chubby studio doing the show.
Is that confirmed?
That is confirmed as far as I know.
Okay.
About as confirmed can be.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's going to do that. And it should be an interesting show, man.
That'll be great.
He is undoubtedly, undeniably, probably the one of the best writers I know. And there's a few others that are really good, but he is a very, very good writer. If you're privy to his posts on Twitter, on Facebook, you'll know what I'm talking about there.
I follow it.
They're pretty darn good.
Pretty darn good.
Him and a little on the creepier side is Gene Pompa, Darren Carter, Connor Kellicut.
The Kellicut.
Yeah, he's got some good stuff.
Some classics right there. You just dropping names and stuff right there. I like that.
So those are all guys that we've done a lot of shows with and had some fun. Guys that I look up to, I know you look. Who do you look up to? Somebody?
Oh, yeah.
I do. There's a lot of comics that I look up to that I think are great and good people.
That's good.
I know, you're shocked to hear that.
Bum, bum, bum.
Giving credit.
Giving credit where credit is due.
Dennis Gaxiola.
Yeah.
So, George Giraffe. What? I haven't seen that name in forever. South High. What's up,
South
homie?
High.
One of my good buddies from up in Torrance, California. We go way back, got many stories. He is part of the crew with Brett and Los and Tony and gosh, who else was in there?
What's this little hot number Candace all about right here?
Candace?
Right, Candace.
Oh, look at this. What in the world is going on? This camera, dude. Come on.
Is it? It's not showing the feet, though. Is it showing the feet?
Yeah, showing the feet, doing all that. It's all good, whatever.
Whatevs.
So what else has been going on? You guys doing the work thing?
We're doing the work thing. We're getting ready for our next promo. We ended summer, so now we're just getting into the crux of things. But all the sales and all the promos have been higher than previous years, and we're still edging, and it's like, okay, no downturn.
There you go. Keeping it rolling.
Keeping it rolling. It's a great thing, man.
At work, they're trying to really push overtime and stuff, and I'm like, man, I can barely do the 8 hours that I'm scheduled to do, let alone, try and do an extra hour and a half, 2 hours. Are you crazy? But then you almost get that feeling like, oh, you're not a team player.
Not a team player.
Since when is doing overtime, not wanting to do overtime, not being a team player? I don't know.
I don't know. That's a hard mix right there.
But if you can put the guilt treatment on you, you don't want to make more money. No, actually, I got enough. I'm pretty good. I got a life. I got kids. I got a family. I got a show to do.
Yeah.
I got to entertain the world. I mean, what? I got shit to do, man. This day job is actually interfering with my ability to branch out and really be me,
Yeah.
So if anything, the job kind of needs to go. But I got bills and stuff that I got to pay, and because of I guess years of making poor decisions in life,
yeah.
Well, now I got to pay for it. So had a little too much fun. I got good stories, but those stories you can't cash at the bank.
Nope, they don't pay on promises.
Would I go back and do things different?
Perhaps.
Would you?
Yeah.
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 But like how much of it?
It would lean towards a couple of decisions that were made that would, that had to do with spending.
That ball and chain.
Yeah, those things right there.
Right there. Right
there. I mean, because I've had too many times where I could have made one purchase decision that changed everything.
Let me ask you this, though.
Tell me.
Do you think that the decisions you made, like the family and stuff, do you think that, I know we like to say, oh, it's inhibiting my ability to do things, cost me money, I could have done this, I could have been a contender. But at the same time, what if that limited you saved you?
I'm sure.
Where you could be today in the gutter
sure
somewhere.
Being married with the children.
Sign holder on the center divider.
Gives me more character,
right.
Gives me more stability. Because if I was a single man, even 10 years.
What is it that we're looking for?
I don't know.
What is it that guys are looking for? Because what if you have the ability to just one day say, listen, honey, I know we've been Catholic our whole lives.
Yeah, let's do it.
But I've made a change.
Let's go Methodist.
And we're going Mormon. And we are going to be having more wives.
I don't want to
and
be
more children. And so
for whom you have to lie.
I know it's going to be an adjustment at first.
I don't want to be the guy.
But I mean, is that what would make you happy? Is that what we want really, or why is it that you have the nice family, you have everything, and then you feel this need or desire to have more when what you have is perfectly enough? Why are we like that? Why are we just animals? I mean, what is wrong?
Creatures of habit, they longing for something more or better without a real idea of what that better is.
Right. Well, it's like, there's certain animals that are out in the wild, and they're like, oh, that's that animal right there. Interesting fact, fun fact. That animal is monogamous. When they pick a partner, it's a partner for life.
Partner for life.
But you mean to tell me that male or even the female, let's be fair here. You mean to tell me that they don't make eye contact with another animal and then they just kind of sneak off behind a bush and make it real quick, or are they that committed? Like, are they, when they say they're monogamous, they choose a partner for life? I understand, man. Maybe that's their main hangout, buddy. But are you telling me that they don't sneak off and have a little bit of...
Like the king of the jungle has a pride, and he'll have at least two or three.
He's not considered monogamous.
I know.
No.
Not.
But some of the... You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I think penguins, aren't they?
Penguins are the...
Are they?
Soulmates.
Really?
Long deal.
Right?
The Pebbles, the whole family, the one for one.
But let me ask you this.
Talk to me.
Do they
Celeste Donovan.
like that one penguin walks by and has that little whatever in her step, and he's like, "Wow, look at that! Check it out!" And then he's like, "Well,
you know what? I think it's more for the purpose of mating and coupling that it's,
right.
They're locked in on that, and that's their partner for life. It's never going to be that situation like we do with. Oh, you're looking,
right.
cheating, you're done.
But that feeling that people have, because we're animals, is derives from the purpose of procreating.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think we're trying to round back to get to talk about rats, but hey.
Right. So I'm just saying.
Rats don't.
Well, now what's up with rats?
Rats are so. They're misunderstood creatures. They're a very great part of the evolutionary chain.
Right.
They're
very smart.
They're very smart. We use them for training, testing, and the closest related.
Why do we do that?
Because they're closely related to our systems. They have the most advanced systems.
The poor rat.
Yeah.
Like we're taking a very intelligent animal and using them for a test pilot.
Okay.
That's not very fair.
No.
But
at the same time, what the benefits of and what you get out of all of that, you get more information, you learn a lot more about yourself, because there's no such thing as human trials for all of our advancement. The sooner we get to human trials, we'll start to be able to talk.
Some of these crackheads and...
We could probably line them up for some human trials, but the findings won't be infinite, because they won't be finite, because they're a damaged soul, or they have mental issues, or they had something like that, so they're not at their game. So you can't grab a homeless person and say, you're signing up for our human trial. And because, again, their situation, they're doing it for the money, they're not going in it with that, so they're not a good test subject. That's my thinking. That's my thoughts. Probably why human trials don't work. Because we are flawed. But so they can test many times and over iterations with the mice and the rats, and can come away with a lot more understanding. We started cloning, tempting the hand of God, cloning, and got ourselves double-headed sheep. We've got a dolly sheep that is an actual clone. There's a lot of things, but I don't think we're ready for human trials. Morally, we're not ready for human trials, and it's just a serious situation. The rats and the coupling, though. Now, let's talk about that if we can, because when you have a rat and a pack, and they're doing it for population, they'll have multiple mates. And one of Pelon's work partners wanted us to expand on the idea about the rat and the rat population. So I will bring to you the table, without much research, but enough knowledge on the subject. Rats do communicate on a higher level than humans do. And when it comes down to the population and the population control, they will not overpopulate their living quarters.
What?
No, they are smart in that aspect that they will not overpopulate. They won't outsource their food. They won't overdo it.
Wow, that's smart. Huh?
That is a very smart thing, and it doesn't take multiple generations for that to happen. We used to say I had a friend whose uncle was like 7 kids deep, and didn't look like there was no end stopping. And we would say, man, he's screwing himself away from the dinner table. He's skinny. Everybody else is fatter than rats. Back to rats. And so it was just we'll procreate and we'll populate and we'll expand and grow families for whatever reason. If we're planning a big family for our future, so they're going to be our social security. We're going to plan a big family so we can have our family name continue out there, but we'll overdo it. We'll use up all our resources and then we'll become the rats.
Wow, there's a little rat education. There's a little rat education for you there. Guy filling in. I had to refill the beer and pull the plug real quick. It's Wednesday night, Pelon and Chubby Show. Thanks for tuning in. We got a lot of people out there tuning in that are a little bit new. George is
hey George,
first time, second time on the show.
What's up? I got people on the watch party chiming in and actually hanging out a little bit.
The
there.
ones I know that I never get to meet.
Throw your own watch party, man. That's all I'm saying. Throw your own watch party.
I don't even know what the fuck that is. That's how old I'm getting.
Is it that though? Is it that you don't want to see the new technology and you don't try it because?
No, I'm not that old fucker that is fighting it. I'm not fighting it.
Right? Yeah.
I don't like any of the young motherfuckers. I'll tell you that right now.
I talk to them every day, and it's like, well, I'm old.
Made this far in life without any of that bullshit.
You're right. And so I was like, but computers have been around for 40 plus years. You've been dodging them? You haven't gone near one?
I don't trust those damn things.
I don't touch those damn things. And I can say they can steal your information with right there on that little picture show.
Folks.
Picture show.
Yeah, it's like, it's the funniest thing is listening to these people that, like, oh, yeah, I can't give you my social over the phone. Really?
How'd you get yourself in that situation? I know you didn't go into the Bank of Mutual Omaha.
Right. Well, look at this shit. Like, you've been trying to get all these loans and do all this shit, and you've been getting turned down. What the fuck am I going to do with your social? If you can't do anything with it, what am I going to do with it?
Oh, man.
Fuck. Like, all of a sudden, I'm going to, do, like, oh, my God. You should be like, if I can get somebody to give me something with your number, you should pay me. So because then maybe you'll be able to get something. It's like, holy shit, now you want to become responsible? For reals?
Well, yeah, here's one thing. I mean, I had a situation where a customer called in. They're dealing with not even a subsidiary, of an affiliate, and she sees that they're a division of our company. I was like, not even a sister company, not a division of. We refer to them. We affiliate and we refer to them.
Sure.
A lot of business.
Right.
But they go out on the branch by saying that they're a division of.
Oh.
And we let them operate under that umbrella.
Sure.
No harm, no foul. But this woman was calling because she was uneasy because they were in the Philippines. She don't like the thick accents. She doesn't feel safe with her money anymore. And I was like, you're still working towards the same goal. Right. Why does it?
It's funny how that pops out.
Yeah, Philippines and
that accent.
Yeah. And why is that a problem for her?
Well,
I mean, her goal is to get her product into the market, and doing it through the Philippines. And
she's the one selling the shit.
Yeah, she's trying to get hers out there. They're the avenue that's going to get her to that. Versus,
but she doesn't want to be affiliated with that.
Yeah, because they're in the Philippines. I was like, well, I'm missing it. Well, it's hard to speak. I don't understand them. And I was like, you were so quick to give them your money.
Right.
Under one guise and one understanding that they were a division of. But the whole point of why you're contacting them is to get your product out to the market.
Yeah.
And just why are you so standoffish about the accent and the dialect?
Who's going to be selling it? They are?
Yeah, they're going to be selling it.
Oh.
They're going to help her. They're going to help her get it out there, and they're going to help her sell it. So
Maybe
she's
she's had
paid
a
them
bad
service.
experience with them or something.
No,
Like with Filipino people.
I heard prejudice in there when she
Of
said,
course.
I can't,
That's what I'm saying.
can't.
Maybe she had a bad experience with them. Like,
I can't
where she
deal with
just doesn't like.
I can't deal with the accent. I can't.
Right. That's what it is. Now, I had an experience kind of like that. I don't know if I ever told you about it.
Well, tell me about the time you did marry that Filipino woman.
No. Well, here's what happened.
Okay. All ears.
So, my daughter was in kindergarten or first grade.
Kindergarten.
And, that's a point in her life where, she's learning how to speak, read, write. Well, she had this teacher, and she was Filipino.
Okay.
And the accent was super thick.
Okay.
And my daughter's coming home, and she sounds Filipino. Where she's mixing the F's and the P's.
Young and impressionable. I get it.
And saying the words with the accent. So I'm like, am I an asshole if I go to the school and talk to the principal about my daughter being in this class and learning a language, her first language, but learning it with a Filipino accent? Am I a dick? Am I an asshole?
Just a little bit.
That I don't want my kid sounding like a Filipino because we're not even fucking Filipino.
It may set her back.
Right.
It may have a detriment to her success.
And then the next thing you know, she's going to have to be in some speech therapy class because she sounds like a Filipino.
That's horrible. And
I don't have a problem with the Filipinos.
Just maybe that just a little bit of a dick there. Just a little.
But I'm just saying, I don't have a problem with the Filipinos. I just don't want my kid sounding like that, right?
Okay.
Is that okay?
Okay.
I mean,
no. It's a bad thing. Yeah, I guess for you. I mean, if it's going to be detrimental to her success or her advancement or whatever, and it's going to bleed over.
That's why I don't know.
She might start wearing hoop earrings and want to eat spam all day. I don't know. I don't know.
Am I just being?
I don't know.
Is she going to work at the post office?
Is she going to work at the post office? Maybe a nurse or something?
Know.
I don't know.
But I
have to join the Navy because that's all she can get. Because
and then
she
eventually
file
BK.
That's what's up.
Right. So
we're only saying this because it's true.
It's true.
Right.
I know stereotypes hurt sometimes, but I had that feeling like I was the asshole.
Wow.
Because I don't want her coming home, as Dennis would say, and say, "Daddy, I am super popular at school."
That is hard to do.
Right.
I can't even. I mean, I relate with a lot of them. I hang out with a lot of them, but when I try to mock it, I can't.
The final straw was when she came home, and I said, "No more TV today," and she said, "Daddy, but I want to watch it." I said, "No, you've already watched enough." And she said, "Putang ina mo." I was like,
cursed at you.
Oh my God!
Cursed
she
you.
just said,
wow.
She just told me to go somewhere in Tagalog. Holy shit!
I wanted to learn Tagalog. It was just so harsh. It's not pretty. So I took up French instead.
Yeah.
Spanish and French and
that's working. That's good.
Because I can use those.
Learn French in Southern California. That's great.
Yeah.
We got a ton of French people.
I started that when I was in North Carolina, even. So I was like,
Spanish, I think, is
Spanish
definitely the way to go.
I started Spanish in North Carolina too, and it was like, no,
it's much easier.
hablo. Yeah.
Much
I
better.
had an accent then.
It helps.
I had an accent back then, though.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't. I was
North Carolina?
I was North Carolina. Like you would not believe.
Oh no, I believe.
My
trust
people,
me.
my
I get
people
it every
right
day.
here, they would say, "Yeah, guy had an accent. Now he just talks too fast."
Right.
And I was like,
Every day when I'm on the phone with people from different states, I almost by the end of our conversation, I'm like I've adopted their accent.
Oh my god!
And they're like, "Oh, you're not in North Carolina for reals?" And I'm like, "No, I'm in California."
You started sounding just like me. I mean, my English, my British clients, they get annoyed because they think I'm making fun of them. But I start morphing into it, and I'm like, I can't do impersonations, but I'm listening to you, and I'm like, oh, sorry, Matt. I was started talking like that.
Cheerio.
And just a little bit. And so picking up a couple of things, and you almost sound palm right now. I'm like, I know, it's just perfect. I'd be trying to just talk like that all day. You know?
So they're like, yeah, I understand you're in California now, but when did you leave North Carolina?
Yeah, when did you leave North
No,
Carolina?
I've never been there. Never been there.
I couldn't tell.
So
Tradition,
anyway, that's
tradition.
a trip. So there was been in the news.
In the news, a lot of talk with the third, fourth. I mean, mass shootings are ridiculous, but Trump went out to go visit Ohio, and will.
You know what's crazy?
Talk to me about crazy.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but
Barrel.
The Democrats lost the battle that they were basically that was their trump card.
Which was what the
whole
report?
Mueller thing,
Okay.
the whole impeachment thing.
Okay.
They basically lost everything. They have nothing left. So is it that far-fetched that they're attacking? I know it sounds crazy, but they're going a roundabout way of attacking the president with the gun legislation stuff, and there being all these shootings all of a sudden.
Let's ponder that for a second and think, not the Democrats, but maybe the Republicans. I mean, the Republicans don't necessarily have the NRA in their pockets. There's no real control. But if you have a president who's been so divisive,
Right.
and all of the hate,
But he's not pushing gun legislation.
but he's talking hate. He's
Right.
creating the rhetoric of separation and his divisiveness. We've had the gun problem. I mean, we can go all the way back to the Timothy McVeighs and stuff like that,
Right.
you know. But Republicans don't have a better communications with the NRA than the Democrats. So it would not be far-fetched to believe that, okay, yeah, we got some soft cell or some deep state stuff going on where that the Democrats are pushing this new dialogue. But you can go back to
I mean, they're desperate at this point.
well, okay, but still,
Are they desperate
Las
enough to do
Vegas,
this?
Las Vegas happened.
Right.
The Miami club happened on Obama's watch.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't a big push or anything like that.
But now you need something. What are you going to get?
But it's the president that's in the office and his administration right now, and his divisiveness and his
Right.
speech and his hate speech and everything like that. People are hearing these gunmen saying, "Cause I'm angry," or Trump told me to do it, or stuff like that.
Right. But is that really what's happening?
I wasn't there.
Like, let's
I
go as
wasn't
far-
there, but I'm saying
Right.
maybe it was.
Let's go as far
Let's
as
say the Gilroy was a planted thing, was an isolated event.
right. Let me ask you this. Let's go even further
Talk.
and go back to the Twin Towers,
Oh,
where they're saying that
Oh.
truly wasn't a retaliation move, but it was a stage move to create this.
if you follow the money, a lot of things would point out that yes, there
So-
was somebody that knew something.
So-
A whole lot of somebody knew something, and this doesn't have to do anything with the Vanderbilts, but it's talking about the military contracts. We're going to go to war,
Right.
but we need a reason.
Mm-hmm.
We need to go get that oil.
But
We need a reason.
But are we that crazy that we'll sacrifice that many lives to do it? Or did they not think it was going to be that catastrophic?
Well, here's the thing. Never in the history of America had anything been so massive.
Right.
And to pull it off with such precision,
Did
no
they,
freak of nature,
Right.
no accident, but I mean, there's a lot of things that are still unanswered. And where's the money? No one's talking about the money.
Right. I don't understand how
No one ever talked about the money.
they have this place like so tight, and now they're going to say, well, it's all because of that day that everything is the way it is now. But they know everything that's going on everywhere. So how could you not prevent that?
Well, okay, so you look at our current shooters, one with clear signs of mental issues,
Right.
documented, situations where he's been kicked out of school for one reason or another, always drawing on the wall
Right.
and setting aside.
So
And
maybe
got a
the-
whole list of girls he wants to rape.
Maybe
and
that was gonna happen no matter what.
It's ridiculous to
Right.
say that it's going to happen, but if they've got an eyeball on him,
So maybe none of it was. Maybe there is no conspiracy.
maybe there's no history.
That's just what it is.
Maybe there is no history.
Like-
But there's a lot, all those accounts where people said, "Oh yeah, no, he's crazy.
Right.
The family can't take action. They won't do this and everything." So he was activated on what?
Right. Well, look at that little girl that was stabbed 20 times or whatever in Oceanside.
In Oceanside.
By her dad.
Yeah, and
7-year-old.
He wasn't even supposed to be in their. They weren't supposed to be in his custody.
Right. They're divorced, whatever.
Yeah.
How do you let somebody with a history of
Violence.
what do you call it? Depression, been on suicide watch, attempted suicide a couple of times, whatever. How do you let them be alone? I know it's
again,
a kid, but rights are only so much.
And he's not supposed to be in there by
Holy
himself.
shit, man.
By himself. He had all 3 kids.
And then he stabs the fuck. I mean, come on, man. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
And the other lady, like, when are we going to be like, hey, I understand people have rights, but we also have to be fucking smarter than we are.
Oh yeah.
And we have to fucking take control of the situation and say, you know, that's why I say, remember I've said for so long that giving people their rights that they feel like they demand that they should have is sometimes not a good thing.
Well,
because they don't know what to do with their rights.
I posted early in the week that it all began with participation trophies.
Right.
I didn't say this, I didn't say that, but people were popping me up in private messages saying, "That's cold, man. Too soon. You're being insensitive."
No,
I was like, "Are you talking about the shootings?" Because I'm just saying.
No, we got
problems. Our participation trophies, man.
The problem
We
is
need to talk. Everybody needs to talk. Say
Everybody wants their rights and doesn't want anybody infringing upon their rights. But I think you need to show that you know what to do with your rights before
Exercise
we
them.
let you
Yeah,
have them.
Exactly.
You know, and my issue is, how does this bitch go and take a nap?
Nice.
And 5-year-old, 2-year-old,
4-year-old.
4-year-old
Yeah.
dies in the fucking car while this asshole is taking a nap. You want me to believe that? Do you really want me to believe that story? That she was taking a nap? Please.
Please. How?
This bitch was doing drugs or something.
Right.
Because how else do you forget about your kid in the car? How else do you do it? Are you telling me, honestly, that was a fucking accident? That was just an accident that happened? Are you fucking kidding?
Nope. Not good.
Not good. That, you know what? When it comes to kids, you know how I am, guy.
Oh yeah.
And they're, for me, like, I don't even believe in due process when it involves a child. I think the cops should show up and just shoot that motherfucker in the head, like on the spot.
On that note, the San Diego sergeant that was doing the kid trafficking,
Perfect.
the cop that was doing kid trafficking,
Offed himself, right?
but what?
The
He
sergeant?
wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't under some sort of watch, some sort of.
No,
at least
you know what? Honestly, it's even better. It's
let
better.
him, let him kill himself.
Absolutely.
Because I don't know how long he would have lasted on the inside anyway. Being a cop and being a child.
He was so guilty
Yeah.
that he just took his own life.
Oh, yeah.
Because he knew what was going to happen.
Oh, I mean, if the
That-
system got him, he would have been done.
Look, man,
What's up, Yolanda Lewis, Aaron?
that
Rodgers?
is actually a better outcome than we could have hoped for, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm good with it.
you're good
Problem
with that?
solved.
Yeah. So one less
So we don't have
trafficker
to
out there.
pay for him in
Right.
jail.
Right.
You know, the dude got what he had coming.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Got it.
That's it. We don't
I'll-
need people like that around.
I'll do
That's our problem is we don't just fucking extinguish our problems. We fucking let them hang around. They're going to get better. Somebody's going to... You look at... I understand sometimes people turn out a certain way because of what's happened to them in life. Yeah, well, I'm sorry about your luck, but the rest of us shouldn't be affected by it and have to worry about you fucking executing us because your dad touched your fucking pee-pee. I'm sorry.
Time to get executed.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm sorry. But I'm sorry that happened to you. But can you get better? Can you take an aspirin or two and get better? What do you think? No? All right, well, fucking, we need to get rid of you.
Gotta go.
We gotta get rid
Gotta
of you.
go. Gotta go. So joining in on the watch party, Elijah Wood hanging out.
Is that too much?
No, it's not too much to ask.
I know it's not possible.
And it can do some serious
Jet Poppy Gringo, what's up, dog? I don't know what the right answer is. I don't know what can be done. I don't know if we're just like, if we're past the point of no return. You know how you get to that point where you're like, like when you take your animal into the doctor,
Right.
you're like, we
Another
could try
$2,000 more.
Yeah, we could try a couple surgeries, but
Yeah.
quite honestly, there's not much else we can do.
It hurts, and you have to figure a certain point when it's like there's not much more you can do.
So is our country at that point where we just say, you know what, we could try this and we could try that, but you know what, I think we're just past the point of fixing this thing.
Okay, so here's a clear thing. Let's talk about how the House is all divided, how the Republicans and how the Libertarians and everybody else, and
Right.
we're looking for that bipartisanship, and they all talk about it. Why is it so hard to do? Everything overlaps. All you need is to edge in one direction or the other, and just maybe turn a deaf eye to something. But bipartisanship is like right there, but nobody wants to budge.
So here's my thing is,
Talk to me about your thing, sir.
whatever they fight for isn't necessarily what they want.
But there's not enough money in it to keep both sides
Right.
at bay.
But my thing is like, they use tactics. They'll fight for this, whatever this is, but they're really trying to get something else.
Right.
So we don't even know what the real agenda is, what they really want. What is it that they really want? Is it what they're asking for, or is there a bigger picture of what they want?
Okay, so
And
I
they
mean,
think by controlling
we-
the small things, they're going to get the big thing.
we abolished the whole political thing, get rid of the electoral college, but you still got those little rat-faced fucking lobbyists out there,
Right.
because they've got the money, they've got the corporations, they've got the push to change entire trends. They make the news, they make the propaganda, they push.
Do we even really know how it really works?
The cycle is a vicious cycle. They make the news, they watch us talk about the stuff and everything. They push that. You know what? Hey, Coca-Cola's not selling enough units this month, and I need my back rubbed.
Have you watched that show on Showtime, The Loudest Voice?
I haven't watched that, but
Have you heard about it?
I've heard about it.
With Russell Crowe?
And so it'll make enough reality points where people are like, oh wow, okay, but then nobody's going to do anything about it.
No.
I mean, there was a TV show, the West
Wing?
Wing. They cut and cleared so close to reality.
Right.
Where's that show at now? Slated, gone.
Right.
Stepped on too many people's toes. X-Files. I'm gonna say the same thing. They raised enough awareness, raised enough stink. Government says, "Oh man, you're starting to reveal a little too much about our reality." Gone.
I know they set up the system to work a certain way, but are we naive to believe that it's working that like, or is it just like a facade?
At the end of the day, though, sir, when we come down to what was important for that day, did we make enough money? Did we trade enough dollars? Did we get rid of enough stuff? Were you able to lay your head down back on that pillow and you worry about tomorrow?
Right.
I mean, everybody's doing it for a different reason. Everything is working for one thing.
So, I mean,
what if we just everybody took tomorrow off?
Right.
Oh my God, the world can't do that. People can't do that. Everybody opens the door for
Well, why
somebody
not?
else.
Why not?
Everybody opens the door for somebody else. Everybody says hello to somebody without
Can't we
shooting
just
somebody.
shut down for one day and everybody just sit home? Is that so bad?
I don't think so. Because some people would just lose their freaking minds. I don't know what to do with myself. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do with myself.
For one day?
For one day.
Just
decide, hey, go
worked.
camping.
Nobody worked. Nobody worked for one day. We just sit at home, no TV, no nothing.
Wow.
We just sit at home and we talk to each other. Nobody has to work that day. We just sit at home and talk to each other.
That'd be a very tense 4 hours. I don't know if we can get a whole 24 out of that.
I'm just saying. Like,
It would be.
can
we do that?
Can we just?
How do you orchestrate it now? What do we do? Do we just
talk?
talk for a minute? Girl, I want to know your name.
Why is that so far? Like,
I don't know why. I mean, okay, so if you were to shut down operations, babe, we're not going to work today. Kids, you're not going to school tomorrow.
The world's going to stop for a day.
Boom. If the world stopped for a day,
And
well, I think George Orwell painted this one in one of his
Oh shit. Fuck, it's not an original. Damn it.
But I mean, to be able to implement it and make it happen is very difficult.
Like I'm just saying.
But here, let's say you pull the plug.
It's
the
called
Solace
Family
family,
Day.
Solace family takes the day off.
Everybody.
You're going to sit there for a couple hours thinking, what are you missing out on? Because the rest of the world's still working.
Is there anything that can't wait for tomorrow?
You don't know.
No,
you don't
really.
know. Let's just
for real.
let's
So
toss the chips on the table.
Could we stop all the planes, trains, buses, everything for one day?
I know.
Can we stop TV for one day? Can we stop radio for one day?
Remember all of the Occupy movements and stopping and not working and going and.
Can we just stop everything for one
But
day?
they were out protesting, but they had everything bubbled to the top, and they were protesting
It's
about this. They were talking about
it's
that.
the
They were talking
one
about this,
day
talking
where
about-
you just stay
don't
at
do nothing.
home.
Just stay home.
But here's where you might have a little problem. Hospitals.
Well,
There's people that require care.
their machine will still be on.
Right.
They can live one more day. Come on now, no ifs, no ands. That's what I'm saying. We got to do it. We got to make that. We got to do that thing.
Could we do it for one day?
Well, it would be very difficult. A total systematic shutdown.
I mean, just for one day. Is there nothing that can wait one day?
760-565-3713. Chime in. Hit us up on the chats. We're watching. We're looking. We're listening. We just want to figure out. Do you have an idea to make it one day shut down?
Can't we just sit around and just talk to each other for one day?
I mean, I could do this for hours.
I'm saying, like, have meaningful
Let's
conversation.
have meaningful conversation. Unplug the internet. Get off the phones.
Take away
and
all
just
distractions.
Sit down.
The reason why you got to stop everything is because you can't have an excuse. There's nothing going on today.
Yeah.
There's nothing that I need to do.
Nobody's doing anything else but
The
this
world
right
is
now.
shut
Everybody's
down.
doing this.
This is connect
That would be amazing.
and find out how many serial shooters might you stop by just talking.
Oh, you'd find
And
out a
finding
lot.
out
You'll
what's
find out a
going on.
lot about some people.
By the end of the day, after having a conversation with your kid, you're like, hey, honey, he's fucked up. We need to get some help for this motherfucker because he might shoot up a place. You know? But how are you going to know if you never talk to the motherfucker?
You don't talk around, yeah.
You just leave him in his room and say, oh, he's just a little special. You know? Oh, don't bother him. He doesn't like... Well, he's in there cooking up a fucking master plan to massacre the country.
So, yeah. So, obviously, though, I mean, it's a great idea. Implementation would be a bit difficult. Hard to bite, hard to chew for a lot of
Obviously,
people.
when you're talking about something like that, you really don't go as far as like, oh, so how would we actually pull this off?
How, yeah.
Well, you just look at it as an idea.
I mean, I'm going back, and I remember the day when we had that massive power outage.
Right. Yeah, remember that?
It threw us back to quite a bit.
Right. People were actually coming together, working together, cooking on a barbecue, finding light. It was just like survival mode kicked in,
Right.
and everybody joined together.
Camp Pendleton still got gas.
There was no TV.
No TV.
There was no nothing. You
right?
actually had to sit there and have a conversation.
Yeah.
And people were losing their shit.
Oh man.
Losing their shit. Because they didn't have the little things that they felt like they needed.
Looked like those bare necessities. It had no gas or anything on TV.
Right.
Forget about your worries and your strife. Sitting across from you was your wife, but you're sitting there yelling at her because there was nothing in the refrigerator for dinner.
So, I mean, it was
crazy. It was mad. It was maddy.
I don't understand why, I think we just need to get back to that.
All right, so let's see. The simplicity, the simple life, the things that would do. I mean, I had this conversation. It was very brief, and it just made me think. My wife, she keeps talking about quitting her job, or what am I going to do? What if she decides, or if she gets fired? I was like,
why is she thinking gloom and doom?
Gloom and doom. I was like, but why is it gloom and doom? She wants freedom. She wants to be more relaxed. She wants to change things up. how do we adjust? We have to deal with it. We'd have to just deal with it. And I'm like, well, I wouldn't worry. She goes, are you kidding me? That would be the worst thing. I was like, but think about how free you'll be.
Right.
You can take up something new to do, or we'll change the whole way we do things. I told her, I said, my quick answer was, oh, we'll just do a reverse mortgage, and then finally when all that runs out, they'll come and kick us out. How about that? And during the meantime, live your life as best you can.
Where'd all this come from?
She just, what do you do? Yeah, what do you do? You've worked all your days to amass this, to be happy. You have all this stuff that's piled up around you now. These are the things that make you happy. And then at the end of the day, you're not happy.
Right.
So we're in a constant struggle looking for approval, recognition,
right,
acceptance. And at no time do we ever get to work on ourselves. So you're not happy. Yeah. And nobody's happy if mama's not happy. Jesus. It's hard. It's hardcore. But, things need to change. Things need to roll back. Let's take a day off. Let's just take one day.
I gotta be very careful with my next statement, but along the lines of rats.
Okay, rats.
The other kind of rat is snitches get stitches rats.
Oh, those rats.
Yeah. And when somebody crosses a line,
how would they be dealt with?
What do you do? What do you take the higher road and just be like, okay, now I know what I'm dealing with, or do you fucking execute them?
I wouldn't execute them, but I would definitely let them know their lesson. Check them. Check
really?
the balance system.
Is it necessary?
Because there's consequences. There are consequences. Because if you let them continue to run in that will of theirs,
or you just don't
disengage, don't involve, don't. Oh wow, yeah, no. If I see a rat, even a hamster, running that will, they're running. If it affects me because of the noise, it's not the particular speed I like, the repetition, the hum of the will, I'm gonna have to check them.
I don't understand why people
I'm gonna check them.
Why people feel like they have to rat out people. I don't understand what their motivation is. Do they want to be appreciated, accepted?
Again, acceptance, justification. I want to be recognized.
And so they would give up somebody to get that?
Yep. Absolutely. Wow. Absolutely. Huh. You like that? You like that? Life is good.
That's sad.
That is sad. But it's traditionally the easiest course for a lot of people.
Right.
Damn, you're down in those. Go get
it,
man. Get it. Ladies and gentlemen, you can call into the Pelon and Chubby Show, 760-565-3713, 760-JOKES13. We doing what we do.
David Chino, Hunkin' Jones.
Nice. Is that a real Cadillac CTS?
No, that's a Honda.
Oh, it's a Honda with looks like a Cadillac?
Yeah, just got rims on it and shit.
Oh, okay. That's Mr. Chino. So we've got the watch party going. Thank you, Jason Roberts. Yes, thank you, sir. And I waved at quite a few people. So hang in. Come and hang out with us here at the Pelon and Chubby studio. Or call in, 760-565-3713, 760-JOKES13.
Give all the phone numbers.
Oh, you know what? Website, pictures. We got stuff.
You got the website paid for.
No, you got the domain. You don't have the page. I'm gonna get mad at you when you come back because it's not that easy. You've got hosting. You've paid for hosting. If you've paid for hosting and you've been sitting on hosting, and you say all I have to do is flip a switch and say go, because if I go to Pelon and Chubby right now, it just says file not found. So if we've got hosting, and not just a domain that's parked, we could have had a website, bare knuckles, and then we'll talk about why you said your brother was designing or something or whatever. I got time. I've got time. Here we are doing episode 88. Feeling good about ourselves. Talking about rats. This is the Pelon and Chubby Show. This week, we talk about how the divisive and very controversial Donald Trump goes out and speak to the mass shooting. He goes to Ohio, and he goes onto, oh man, he went to Ohio. Some said he was going to go to Toledo, but he actually went to Dayton. Some people did not want him there. Why? Why would you not want the head chief, to come and speak out, not rally, not get on a campaign, but go out and speak out? You can't blame the mass shootings on the NRA. You can't blame them on society. These shootings happened in very well populated areas, in scenarios and situations that we can't fathom. The Ohio nightclub, the young man went with his sister and a family friend, came back and shot up the place and killed his own sister. When you think about things like that, unfathomable, programmable, maybe, unleashed, unhinged, what is the state of our affairs in this country? What is the state and naturalism of all of these acts? So when you think about just the Ohio, when the guy kills his own sister, did he know?
That's crazy, huh?
That's real crazy.
One of the people involved was his sister.
Yeah, and the family that he, I mean, not that one. That was the Walmart one was ridiculous. I mean, that was just heinous crime.
What happened there?
The guy got killed huddling over his wife, who was hovering over their baby. So the smallest one.
Could have shot at my belly in that scene.
I saw that. That was nice.
It's not good.
But yeah, no, that one was just bad because the father, the mother, and the kid, and then the youngest one that they were all trying to protect and finally succumbed to those injuries. And the whole family is gone.
Yeah, I don't
Snuffed
get all
out.
that. And then, you know, the sad thing about it is everybody's trying to look at where to point the finger. Sometimes there's nobody to blame. Like, really, now after the fact, gun control is going to be the thing that fixes it.
Nope.
I mean, either you're going to, here's your two options. You know, just deal with it and shit happens, or you completely ban guns. Like, nobody can have guns.
Well, okay, so how do you mandate taking the guns that people already have?
You just change the law and just say, hey, fuckers, there's no more guns. In Mexico, you can't have guns.
Oh, yeah. And so the illegal people who don't listen to the laws
Well,
are
I'll
fighting
tell you what,
to keep their guns.
in other countries, they seem to be able to manage and have less violence and deaths because of guns, and they have no guns. Let me ask you this, man.
Okay, so when we had that one, let's like the UK, that big knife attack, nobody was prepared.
So
Nobody had no guns.
so
this guy's sitting there jabbing people left and right.
Right.
They get what? Got 21?
Okay, but
21?
how often does that happen?
Well, that just proves the point. Oh, you don't have no guns,
I'm
but
just
you
saying.
still have violence.
Yeah, but that
You
one
still have
incident,
mass violence.
that one incident compared to the number of gun deaths we have.
No, pales in comparison.
Right.
And
So my thing is,
I'm sorry for bringing that up.
no, but I'm just saying, if we were to get rid of guns completely, but then people, oh, my rights to carry, bear arms. You know what? At some point, we have to say, listen, because of a few people, you no longer have the right to have guns.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
That's when you start checking fools.
We are going to take the majority of the people's best interest and get rid of guns.
Okay.
So, sorry about your luck.
So it make it harder for people to get guns. They're gone.
You just can't
give
own
them up.
them.
You can't own them.
You can't own
give
a
them
gun.
up. Give them up.
Give them up.
Wow.
I know. It sounds crazy, but what is the alternative? Oh, make it harder. Fuck off. Come on.
Okay, so we're totally defenseless now. We have a military that's overworked, overexhausted. We got police officers.
Either that or just open it wide up.
Everybody
can have a gun.
So, okay, open carry states such as...
how's it working there?
Actually, no one did anything.
Concealed carry, whatever?
When the guy would start shooting everything, nobody really did anything. It took a little bit longer for them to reply and respond.
I'm just saying.
It was open carry state, and the attacks in
here's the problem
in
though.
El Paso. That was open state. That was open. No one responded.
Right, I understand. Here's the thing. You remember when you used to stop on the side of the road and help somebody out, and then they're like, "Oh, did you move them?" And then next thing you know, you got sued for fucking this guy being crippled for life. They got rid of that now. Now you can't. If you help out, you cannot be held liable for anything, even if.
It's not a federal. That's not a federal.
No,
it's
but
state by state.
Right.
That's state by state.
So,
I still hear that ridiculous stuff here in California.
So if you're carrying, like, how do I know that it's okay for me to pull out my gun and shoot this fucker in the head if he's firing at people? I don't know. Is it going to come back on me? And next thing you know, I'm going to be spending the rest of my life in jail because I shot this motherfucker?
Consequences. I'd shoot him in the leg or something.
Right.
I can take him down.
I'm just saying, like, how do I know? Like, so my best bet is, hey, you know what? I don't know these motherfuckers.
Okay.
As long as I'm okay.
Okay.
Sorry about your luck, but as long as I'm okay, I'm not going to do anything.
Wow.
I mean,
that's that level of inaction. So what? We wait for the cops to show up. We wait for an enforcer to show up.
It's like what?
Where's Batman?
Look,
where's Superman? Where's?
I don't want this coming back on me. My initial reaction
for my own protection, but they broke into my house, started shooting up people, and I was like, "Oh shoot!" But he's on my property. So,
my initial reaction
will cost you.
Yeah, there's been people that the person has broke into their house. Obviously, they're scared for their lives. They've shot and killed him, and the motherfucker's gone to jail for protecting his house and his family, for killing somebody that was trying to rob and possibly kill him and his family. Yeah. But he's ended up in jail. So I mean, where's the justice? Where? How do we know?
Yeah, no, it's all bad, because you can't really because the laws go in every.
Ian 5150 Bonner, is that? Huh?
Yeah. Yes. Wow.
What's up, dog?
Wow.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining.
Hey, this is Pelon Chubby Show every Wednesday night coming to you. We're just talking about, you know what? We're talking about things in America that we expect as rights, but that people have abused their rights and done stupid shit, and now it's cost the rest of us concern, and also a debate whether or not people should be able to exercise their rights at all. And it's unfortunate, that a couple people potentially could screw it up for everybody.
Yeah, no, there's consequences for all that are involved. So the NRA wants to make sure that people can be licensed to buy the guns, certain guns, rifles, the assault rifles and stuff like that. Not for sport. I think that's overkill. We outsmart or outthink you sit up in your little deer trap for like hours on end and in a very populated deer scene.
I mean, that's the shit they like.
But they don't need a friggin' AR-45 or AR-15, whatever. Do
you really need?
You ain't got to saw the meat down right on shot.
Hey, part of the shit is, let's make it to where you can only have certain caliber, let's make it hunting where it's actually a little bit harder than using a machine gun on a fucking deer running across a field. I mean, let's bring sport back into it.
You get a single shot,
right?
One cock,
right?
Shotgun.
What do you need a high capacity? What do you call those things?
Multi-changer, semi-automatic.
The high capacity cartridge. What do you need that for? How many shots do you need? Look, at some point
you go down to the range all the time. Right. You've got a scope.
Look,
you got a dumb deer.
Right.
You've outsmarted him. Shoot him.
At some point when you got to say, I missed the first 50 shots. Maybe I need to go practice up a little bit You know,
We're not going to eat now. It's because I'm a pour shot.
let's make this a sport again. You know, you can't. You got to be a good shot.
You're not the hunter and gatherer.
Look, you come back and you tell everybody, look what I caught. Yeah, but you didn't tell them that it took 300 rounds of a high capacity.
While you're cleaning it,
Right.
they can tell. They can tell. They can tell.
Yeah, it looks like fucking Swiss cheese. Come on now.
Nice. So I know some sportsmen. I know that they're proud, and they do it right. You know, single shot.
It's
rifle,
like, you know,
go.
It's like June was telling me.
I know a guy that hunts with bow and arrow.
Yeah.
He'll out there.
See, now that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. But here, so June like clued me into this. He was talking about shark fin soup, and shark fin soup has no nutritional value whatsoever. And I don't know if you're familiar with the way that they get the shark fin, but they go out there and they hunt these sharks. They cut the fin off and they throw the shark back in the water because they don't want the shark for any other purpose than the fin.
Just the fin?
Yeah, and they make a soup out of it. And it's very expensive.
Meat? That shark meat is good.
Right. But they're not even taking the shark and using the meat. They cut the fin off. The shark cannot swim. It sinks to the bottom and it dies.
Wow.
Now, give me a number, just a number in your head on how many shark a year are killed for shark fin soup.
I would say 50 to 60,000.
Okay. It's in the millions.
Millions?
In the millions.
I'm being preserved. I haven't had a bowl of shark fin soup. I don't know the delicacies of it.
There's nothing to it. It's just all fucking mythical.
Okay.
And the problem is that sharks are going to be extinct because of this.
I don't know about that.
They are. They're already reporting super low numbers of sharks because of the number of sharks that are hunted every year in the millions. In the millions.
Shark extinction.
That's what they're talking. They're talking that because of the way that sharks are hunted. There has to be some control. Like, I don't like sharks because but they say
when they come, you're in their territory when you mess around in the water anyway. So
they're saying that the number of people that are killed by sharks annually is like less than 20.
Yeah.
Right?
I get that. There's more people killed by a popping cork than they are.
The number of sharks killed by humans is in the millions.
Yeah, well, millions? Wow.
Millions.
I did not know shark fin.
I didn't know that either.
Was such a driver for such that. But to say that it's extinction?
Look it up.
Don't
take my word for it.
We're doing that to millions. Sharks are going to come back, or they're going to evolve to something better, bigger, faster, nastier. The fins won't taste good. I don't know. Nature has a way of checks and balances, but that one, I don't know if we can.
Not when you're commercially fishing them out.
Okay, so we stopped it with the whales. We stopped it with the boats.
But did they?
They reduced it.
They're still doing it?
They're still doing it.
Russia still does it?
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of countries that still do it.
Because that blubber, man, that's a major
that
export.
Oil.
Major export for them. Yeah, it's a serious thing. There's consequences to our existence. We need to polish up on some of that. Some of that is serious stuff. We have other ways. There's other avenues, but yeah. And the rats, though. Rats, do we get rid of the rats? So this has been the Pelon and Chubby Show. We do this every week, 7:30, 8-ish, as we try to get the best of the latest in the news, the best topical conversations we can, and we do invite you to dial in. The website's coming, bigger, better shows coming, and we're here for you. Talk about your topics. We have an open ear, and we have oftentimes 4 hot mics. This is the Pelon and Chubby doing what we do.
People can come on the show, promote whatever it is they're doing, their business. If they're comics, they can come and promote whatever shows they're going to be on. We're open to anything. Just come on. We always have fun. We always give a little different twist. Next week, we got Robert Duchesne. coming on the show. He's going to be a treat. A lot of you people that really enjoy comedy, that'll be a show to watch.
Or listen to later on.
Whatever, listen to, whatever. But that's going to be a good one. So, yeah, we're constantly working on the show. It's getting better and better. I think a lot of you people have seen the difference in the sound, the quality, the work that guys put in. And we're constantly upgrading the equipment. And we just, we ask you if you enjoy the show at all to please share it, tell your friends about it, and come and see us every Wednesday night. All the episodes,
88.
88. I thought last week was 88.
No, last week was 80s.
I think today's 89.
Give me something.
Right. So September is going to be 2 years of doing this for us, right?
Yep.
So we're going to have probably about 90-some episodes. Which we never, I don't know that we ever thought that it would happen. But I still feel like we're just at the very beginning.
Still tapping it.
Of what's possible. So I think we're going to have a lot of great things come from this. And you guys, some of you have been here since the very beginning, which we really appreciate. And we really enjoy doing this. And we appreciate you being here with us on this ride. So, and we do mean that sincerely. So we will see you next Wednesday. I don't know what the date is. I guess it really doesn't even matter. But,
It's the 14th.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, that's right, huh? So we will be here. Hopefully you'll be here. Bring a couple friends with you. Tell them to tune in to the Pelon Chubby Show here every Wednesday, talking about whatever comes to mind and whatever taps your heart. Pelon Chubby Show coming to you from the Pelon Chubby Studio somewhere in San Diego, California. Thanks for being here. Until we see you again, see ya.